Have you ever asked yourself what hidden dangers might be waiting silently inside the very home you thought was the safest place after turning 60? And why so many seniors experience sudden falls that seem impossible to explain until it's too late? The truth is, while most people imagine a fall comes only from poor balance, weak legs, or slippery shoes, the reality is far more unsettling, because the most common risks are quietly hiding inside everyday environments, places we never think twice about because they have been part of our lives for decades. Yet with age, they transform into traps for the body and mind. One of the most overlooked dangers begins with uneven flooring. Small transitions between the kitchen tiles and living room carpet, or even the edge of a rug that once seemed harmless, can now catch the toe of someone who no longer lifts their feet as high as they did at 40, causing a trip so sudden it feels as if the ground itself betrayed them. Even more shocking is the way low lighting at night becomes a silent culprit. Many seniors wake in the middle of the night to use the bathroom, and what once felt like a short, harmless walk in the dark can turn into a battlefield of unseen furniture edges, misplaced shoes, or electrical cords that blend into the shadows, leading to falls that send thousands to the emergency room every year. And speaking of cords, let's not forget how modern homes, filled with chargers, lamps, and appliances, unintentionally create obstacle courses on the floor. Cords stretch across walking paths and act like invisible tripwires for those who already move slower and need extra stability. But the list doesn't stop there, because clutter itself is another hidden enemy. Piles of magazines, laundry baskets left in hallways, or even a grandchild's forgotten toy truck can transform into unexpected landmines for a senior's safety. And the saddest part is that family members rarely realize the danger until after a painful fall has happened. Bathrooms, too, deserve special attention, because the combination of water, smooth tiles, and soap creates conditions more hazardous than any icy sidewalk outdoors. Yet many seniors still step into a tub without grab bars or non-slip mats, relying on habits formed years earlier when their bodies were stronger, not realizing that a single slip here can mean months of recovery or even permanent injury. Another factor that few people talk about is the impact of furniture height. A chair that sits just a little too low, or a bed that requires extra effort to get up from, forces seniors to strain their knees and hips, making them lose balance as they push themselves upright, sometimes resulting in falls before they even take their first step. In addition, stairs remain a major danger zone, not only because of the obvious risk of missteps, but because vision changes after 60 can make depth perception unreliable. Seniors may misjudge the edge of a step or fail to notice the last one altogether, leading to dangerous tumbles that could have been prevented with simple modifications like bright strips or handrails on both sides. But perhaps one of the most underestimated dangers inside homes comes from loose footwear or socks without grips. While many seniors believe they are comfortable, these choices often slide easily across polished floors, and that tiny slip is all it takes for a body with slower reflexes to lose control. And finally, a hidden but critical danger is the gradual change in reaction time combined with medication side effects. When blood pressure drugs, sleep aids, or even mild painkillers cause dizziness or delayed responses, a stumble that once would have been quickly corrected can now turn into a full fall before the brain even has time to send the signal to grab onto something nearby. What makes all of this so important to talk about is that these dangers are not distant or rare. They are present in the very rooms where seniors spend their daily lives. And because they blend into the background, most people don't recognize them until tragedy strikes. Yet the good news is that awareness alone begins the path to prevention. When families start to see the home through the eyes of someone over 60, every rug, light switch, and piece of furniture transforms from a familiar object into a decision point about safety. Imagine walking into your living room and noticing how that small decorative rug isn't just pretty anymore, it's a potential trap for your foot. Or realizing that the dim light in the hallway doesn't just create a cozy atmosphere, it hides dangers that your eyes no longer detect clearly. By shifting perspective in this way, homes can be reshaped into safe environments, allowing seniors to keep their independence without living in fear of falls. What makes these 8 dangers so unique is that they don't appear on most common lists, because they aren't simply about slippery floors or broken bones. They're about the subtle changes in how the body, mind, and environment interact after 60. Every home contains silent threats, and while they don't announce themselves loudly, they quietly wait for a moment of distraction, fatigue, or weakness to strike, making awareness the most powerful shield seniors and their families can hold. So the next time you walk across your home, pause and look closely. Does that rug shift slightly when you step on it? Does that chair feel lower than it should? Does that hallway look darker than your eyes can truly handle? Because prevention isn't about big renovations or expensive tools. Sometimes it's about removing the small traps, adding one light, placing one grip, or shifting one piece of furniture. These small decisions today may be the reason someone avoids a fall tomorrow. And as you reflect on these 8 common home dangers that cause seniors to fall after 60, remember this: the true safety of aging gracefully isn't found in fear of what might happen, but in the quiet confidence of knowing you have outsmarted the hidden traps inside your own home. And that confidence is the real golden wisdom that allows life after 60 to be lived fully, freely, and without unnecessary risk.